just heard Wouldn't That Be Queer by Amy Beach, a cute, whimsical, and frankly quite campy song that hits a little bit differently today than it would have when it was written well over 100 years ago. I'm certain that you're all aware that queer is a very important word for the LGBTQIA+ community, one that in the not too distant past has had quite painful connotations. What was once a word used to describe something strange, odd, or out of the ordinary, as evidenced in this song, became a slur for us queer folks who didn't fit into the sexual orientation or gender norms. Thankfully, though, that word has been reclaimed by the community and repurposed as an appropriate and descriptive umbrella term for anyone who doesn't fit into that norm, whatever the heck that's supposed to mean. The name of this song also has extra meaning because it gave me an idea for the theme of this recital. Wouldn't that be queer? If I took works that were not explicitly queer and, well, queered them? What if I presented heteronormative themes through a lens that myself and other LGBTQIA+ peers could identify with? So that's exactly what I did. And as I'm sure you've noticed by now, I've queered the music itself even further because the program consists of almost entirely vocal repertoire that's being played on the cornet. And as you can see from the projections on the screen here, these are the texts and translations of the original vocal line, so that you know what the heck I'm playing about in real time with the music. This next portion of the recital is quite personal. I wanted to create my own sort of hodgepodge DIY song cycle that had a queer coming-of-age arc. And as you may have noticed by now, most of the composers on this program are women. That was no accident. In a sense, this recital is also a love letter to women, which is among one of the straightest things I've ever done. In all seriousness, though, I not only wanted to highlight the works of some incredible composers who have been grossly underrepresented, but highlight and acknowledge women for the role that they so often play in the lives of queer men. I can't speak for every queer man, but the women in my life, my sisters, my relatives, my friends growing up, my peers, my co-workers, have been the ones who uplift me, to stand up for me, the ones who befriended me when I felt that I didn't fit in with the other boys, the ones who made me feel seen, and perhaps the ones who really saw me for who I was before I even saw myself. All of the narratives that are within these next 5 songs speak to me on a deep fundamental level. I certainly do not want to claim or appropriate these narratives, but celebrate them through this presentation. This arc, this coming-of-age story, takes us from childhood to sexual awakening, through the absurdity and tribulations of fitting into society's expectations of beauty, to sheer infatuation and lust, all the way through falling in love. The next pieces that you will hear come from Libby Larsen's song cycle, Love After 1950. We move on from childhood to sexual awakening in this first song, titled Boy's Lips. I have very mixed, sort of bittersweet feelings about this one. First of all, the text, set by poet Rita Dove, is just stunningly evocative. For me, the combination of Libby's music set to Rita's words just transported me to another world, and I hope it does the same for you. It's about a group of young girls talking about how soft a boy's lips are. This sort of innocent exploration and curiosity about intimacy and ultimately sex is truly an important part of growing up. Talking and gossiping about it with friends. Unfortunately, this beautiful and often necessary experience is one that many queer people, including myself, are robbed of. When society imposes feelings of embarrassment, shame, fear, and discomfort on us, we are unable to be our true selves. So this song in a perfect world should be something that anyone should be able to relate to and experience. This next and final piece, titled The Metropolitan Tower by Laitman, is about falling in love for the first time. This is something that I hope everyone in this room has experienced, is experiencing, or will experience. However, love from a partner is not the most important thing in the world, as special as it is. You can look at this song in terms of falling in love with yourself, which I think, in a healthy and non-narcissistic way, of course, is the most beautiful relationship one can have. And as a queer person, I, and so many others like me, have found self-love to be an incredibly important part of my journey through healing and growth. So, however you choose to view this last song, I hope it is meaningful to you.